everyone, bing bong. Another such nonsense. Let us begin. So since people on YouTube seem to quite like this, I am doing more. I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep doing this, but if people like it, I'll do it. You know, nice and simple. So yeah, we didn't manage to succeed. What did we try and do last time? We've got the Golden Replanaut to do. We've got the Monkinator head, which I have not seen a single Monkinator. We're at Epic for everything, so we want to try and get to Legendary for Shoulders, really. Shoulders would be the one I'd personally want. Don't know where the I think the Legendary Shoulders were way up north. Oh, did we lose a person at the end of the stream? Yes. We have lost both of, yeah, we we got Mitsuko. What were the skills she has? Takes one less melee damage, takes one less, so we're much more resistant to melee damage. Akihiro increases explosive damage. We have that tracked at the start. Increased damage dealt by this pilot to enemies not in your zone by 25%. So that doesn't count for missiles. Reduces the heat the mechanism at the end of each round. Best 50% more HP. More explosive damage. Of the mech. Okay, so not just the pilot. So, yeah, so all the same stuff. So, yeah, I guess we will try... Get the Legendary Shoulders today. That can be our goal. Don't have to worry quite as much about buffing her with books because wants to cook something for the team. Woodland steak. Yeah, this is a thing that I've seen on the Discord, but I have not received any recipes. So I don't know what the actual recipes do, and it's not something I want to like really comment on until I found them, you know? The thing for me right now is just, I think tier 4 is massively overtuned. Massively so. I don't think they're bad. I think, but considering I am at a nearly full build mech with plenty, what I would consider plenty of skills considering how slow you level up, tier 4 right now is massively overtuned. And from what I've seen at Discord, a lot of people aren't even doing them. Like, a lot of people outright avoid them. 598 for a tier 4, a type of mission that is largely, according to the community, impossible to some people. And that's not a like, ooh, I'm so big, I can do tier 4s. I can do some tier 4s. We got I think that's a Templar, a Jackrabbit. Oh yeah, we haven't assigned her to her slot yet. Wait, we have? Mecha crew not ready to fight. Mech. Driver. Is Mitsuko. Oh, we have 2 gravely wounded people, that's why. Templar Jackrabbit or Jacked Templar Rabbit. Yes. I never even thought about the fact that you cannot participate in a mission if someone's gravely wounded. Of course not. So we need to find a hospital. Also, hello, Al. Starting late today just because the Nibblings are here. So I had just been saying hello. Didn't realise it was going to take as long as it did. Just a flesh wound, absolutely. How was your stream today? You're still doing Dragoon, right? You didn't stream? Ah, that's fair enough. Taking the day off, feeling a bit worn out. Totally get that. Absolutely get that. Especially the closer it's getting to, like, the deeper we're getting into summer. It's going to get hot. Everyone's going to be miserable. Just how it is. Or is this late spring? I can never tell. I feel like the months that the seasons happen in changes every 5 minutes. If you want to take tomorrow off and get a full 2-day weekend, I'm totally fine with that. I understand if you don't. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm just saying, you know, if you want a proper weekend off. Yo! You good with streaming tomorrow? All right, cool. Just checking. All right, Jackrabbit needs to die first. So, yeah, we don't have Riposte anymore. We don't have... so now his talent is actually useless to us. Because we don't have an arm that does range damage. We have the flamethrower. Oh. I'm more concerned about them moving. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open with a deploy bomb in this zone. So that if anything, if we ever happen to end up being in this zone... Okay, they're just attacking twice. We're not going to be able to dodge both of these. So they're going to move to me. They're just throwing a bunch of bombs around. I don't think these guys can shoot missiles, so that's going to be a shoot. No, no, they can. Right. We can't deploy countermeasures, so... Yeah, we're going to get hit by those. Unless I gave her the, if I did a momentum shift here. But to some extent, we can tank it and do damage to him and the Jackrabbit. So I'm kind of okay with it. Yeah, the Goblin Stalker's not going to do anything because we've moved out of their range. Because their movement is here, so they're going to move here and then try and attack, so that's fine. So... I don't know if I want to overdrive. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to. If I'm just going to be slapping. Could fire missiles at the Goblin. Now that I know missiles, like, follow them no matter where they go. Okay, so he's going to move before he gets hit by those missiles, I think. If he moves north, we could detonate that bomb. Yo! There's the missiles. Takes damage, okay. I love that visual. Alright, so the missiles hit here, so everyone's going to take a bit of damage. It's 12 damage, so it's a lot of damage. We didn't need to do a charge punch. I didn't realize the missiles were going to do that much damage to the Jackrabbit, but it's fine. We weren't going to do anything else anyway. They're going west. Alright, so we want to get out of this zone. They're not moving till now. So I'm worried he's going to detonate the bombs here, since we're in the zone. What priority does detonate bomb have? 1, so not. So I'm gonna take the risk. We're gonna detonate the bomb immediately. Okay, I think he's gonna deploy a bunch of bombs. So let's... Actually, no, let's go east. Because he's going to move to target, so he's going to get blown up. Okay, we're going to get hit by those again. He has 3 missiles, so if we can tank him, we should be fine. All depends on... I'm fairly certain my movement will... I think he dies before he gets to do the rest of his abilities anyway, but... I'm going to dash to target after all this has occurred. So that we're in his zone. I think this will work. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, that's my bomb. That's his missiles. That's the missiles. He's dead. Nice. We move to zone E. I'm fairly certain he's going to drop. He's going to detonate all his bombs at the end of this. I don't think he ever has more than 4. They tend to have a very set pattern in what they do. Yep, there we go. Blows himself up a bunch. Oh, not all of them detonated, though. That was interesting. Oh, no, they did. It just triggered in a weird way. We took one of the explosions. So, open with the flamethrower. Hopefully he doesn't move. Okay, he's still not moving. He's got 2 more, so the attack is likely his final missile. So, I'm going to deploy countermeasures here. That means we can't move. We have to stay where we are. Okay, that's fine. I don't want an emergency dash just in case the missile comes up. I don't think there's anyone we can make use of if I momentum shift. Actually, do you have... You do. Okay, so we will flamethrower you one more time. I don't know if that increases the stacks of burning, kind of like Lancer, but... I'll put some on fire. And deploy a bomb. Smack. Oh, interesting. So, countermeasures are now useless. And there's the missile. Is it two rounds? It is. That's annoying. But, you know, it makes sense. He took 12 damage from being on fire, though. I think we're fine. We've taken more damage than we needed to. But I'm not worried. So, we will open up with firing missiles. Yeah, they take a while. He's not going to want to get on top of us. I don't think he can get rid of his fire. So I'm mostly just baiting his missiles. So I want to know when they're going to strike, you know? Which means someone... I'm just going to have to use a movement on someone. So I have to take a turn. I can't just not. I also don't want to be there when he detonates those bombs, because I think that's going to happen this round as well. So we will just go north. Oh, he's moving. Okay. He's still got one more. So... I am honestly just gonna skip. Oh, he doesn't have any missiles left. I'm stupid. Alright, well... He should die if he gets hit by these missiles. As long as he doesn't move to where I am. This is 3 bombs. Is he just gonna detonate them now? No, he's deploying another bomb. Okay, so he's gonna move out of that zone and then just blow up all those bombs. As long as he doesn't move north. He's moving E, so he'll still get hit by those missiles. Which doesn't kill him because he's got resistance, but he takes some fire damage. He did detonate the bombs, but because no one was there, it doesn't, like, play an animation. Okay, he's not doing a kick. So I'm fairly certain where... I think we've... Oh, I meant to reload. I'm fairly certain we're Gucci here. Yeah, he's not moving till then. He's just going to throw a couple bombs. We're good. We're good. That should kill him. Nice! Yeah, one thing that someone pointed out on the Discord that I noticed was, or that I took note of, was the fact that you get the same experience from any level of mission. Which I understand is to incentivize you to use activity tokens to read books, to, you know, benefit that way. Right, my chest is not max either. What would this chest give us other than more health? 13 explosion damage, empower melee. I do want empower melee is the thing. Milltown. I don't know why I'm bothering with these. They just, you know, they make people happy. Gossiping. Honestly, I think gossiping should lower their friendship with one other person. I like things having consequence and this having to be like a balancing act. Gauge by seeds from here. They don't have any food. Apparently there was a way to steal petrol in this game. It's been patched out, but I never noticed it. Nope. I can't do a tier 5. Tier 5 will kill me. In order for me to do a tier 5, I would have to see what I'm fighting beforehand. Before I even accepted it, you know? I know a lot of people... One of the other things that people have been talking about on the Discord is... accepting missions, seeing what they're up against, and then just... cancelling them if they don't feel confident. Which... you know, viable. I don't like doing stuff like that, just because I feel like it's not in the spirit of the game. What has happened here? Have they changed tier 4s? I don't remember there being a patch that mentioned it. So I think there is just a type of tier 4 that is, like, easier, but gives basically the same amount of money as a tier 3. Yeah, so it's only 2 enemies, so it is based on the amount of enemies and stuff, but... I don't know. Tier 4s seem very up in the air. Ooh, he's gold. What is he? I don't think we fought one of these before. Or is it a flaming? Yeah, it's a fiery Yetin. We have fought one of these before. So he's moving to target. I'm guessing they're going to move. The Yetin can kind of be kited a lot. What here is my flamethrower? Priority 2, so it takes a while. So I could, in theory, depending on what their movement priority is, I could, I want to be out of the zone before this triggers, though. And I think I can do it then. Because this has 3 priority. Oh, that's... right. My brain just did not compute what I just did there. That was very dumb. Can you momentum shift to him? Can, okay. I'm going to take a lot of damage if I just take this. If this is moved to target, we're fine. Like, in terms of not wasting ripostes. Because no one can momentum shift to her. So I've wasted my momentum shift a bit, which is, you know, annoying, but not the worst thing in the world. Hopefully this triggers before the attack does. I don't have the memory for some of this stuff, that's why. Okay, they're moving to W, so they're moving to target. So I'm guessing fire ratings don't have dash to target. That. Nice heap of damage. Yep. We're in the wrong zone. So fire ratings can be kited. I think this guy will take 1 damage. Oh, sorry, not 1 damage. He will have 1 health. Okay, so they're going to move then, so they're going to be out of, they're going to be out of the bomb, because, like I said, I'm fairly certain they trigger at the end. Yeah, so the bomb's going to do nothing. This triggers before their attacks do. We can go south. And fire a missile on the Etin. Start doing some damage on that. Yep. I think we can still move. We just can't, like, use the driver movement. Okay, so no, that does go before. Okay, so it's a tier 4. That's fine. We took 6 damage. Not a big deal. That missile's gonna land wherever he moves to. He's gonna move south. So we want to bait the goblin to move before we, before the missile lands. Because he's just going to move south, so we want the goblin to be in south as well. Damn it, we can't do what I wanted to do. We might be able to next round, but we'll see. Okay, cool. We can still move, so these are... I don't know if we can... I've never noticed that we're glued, you know? I don't think glue works. I think it's bugged right now. Moving to the zone applies glue to that target for 3 segments. I've been able to move every time. The only thing is... we know this stops it. Their attack's a priority 4 anyway, so we wouldn't be able to avoid... Yeah, we won't be able to avoid that attack. That's fine. Probably could have riposte. No, because, yeah, we want to be out of the zone before the bomb goes off. There's not much you can do. I'm gonna take that 6. That's fine. Oh, they're moving to W. That is not what I expected. I was thinking as soon as I press the button that... Okay, so that's gonna suck. I was thinking as soon as I press the button, I should have moved to where they were. Because I know the only place I know they're not gonna be is where they were. So that was dumb. I just didn't expect them to move to W, you know? That's crazy. So we're down one person. She's not great. As long as they don't move first, they do. And that means we're going to take 2 hits. Annoying, but... We're not going to die. But yeah. Like I said, I should have just moved north because that is the one place I knew they weren't going to go. The Ettin's got one more thing. It's because it's got such a low... Right, hold on. Do the sensible thing. Slap the goblin because it's got priority 4. So the goblin is dead. So anything that happens after this is fine. We should attack first. So that means we can move to zone north. All of those other attacks is meaningless. The Ettin is not going to get to attack. It's just going to be this headbutt. It's 10 damage. It's a lot, but... One goes off. Goblin dies. Move to North Zone. He's raging. So what we kind of want to be doing right now is the riposte. It's kind of a riposte pattern. So I don't have any more bombs. So you're not useless, but I'm gonna pop a scan at the end here. Actually, we'll do it here, just so I know. No, because then I don't know then I can't like react to it. Are they just gonna move? No, they're gonna attack and attack. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is a ripostable attack. I don't know if it is because of the order in which things happen. Move east. You don't want to be taking 2 attacks from the each turn. It's a leap, so it's not something I can riposte. But it didn't do any... No, it did 15 damage. Right, yeah, they're gonna do the leap. They're gonna do the leap loop. So what we want to do is get into their zone with the gunner, smack them, they will then proceed to just leap out of the zone. And these two will just be meaningless. If I have this right. Yep. So they're doing the leap loop now. Leap loop. $21 damage. You know, as long as they don't, you know, ever do it in an order that I can't, like, react to, you know, we should be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna move in. Yep, there's their leap. Again, just to confirm, there's the leap. But again, we're not perfect at this game. You know, I don't, you know, claim to be. But I think we're learning the patterns and adapting, which is good. They're gonna do the smash. We don't want to be hit by that because it'll do like 20 damage if I'm, like, based on, you know, where we are in the game. Okay, so they're gonna do a move and a charge punch. But are they gonna do a leap and a charge punch? You know? So if they're gonna do a leap, I do not want to be there. Double punch, okay. And they are doing a leap, and they're doing it straight away. So we just want to get out of the zone. Ours is higher priority, so we ignore everything. Nothing you can really do. Yeah, you're where you are. We go north, they leap out of the way. I like how she's gravely wounded, but her talent is still triggering. It's very amusing to me. Okay, so orders, move to zone, stick to the pattern. If they leap out of the way before I get to hit them, that's fine. My slap should have higher priority than their leap. Yeah. Damn, 15 damage. Just from the slap. Okay, they're going straight for the lead. So that means we move north. They leap out of the position. We skip her turn. We scan here. In theory, we could have tanked the leap, but with how much damage it does, there's a decent chance of it gravely wounding me, and then I just get stuck. So they're moving north straight away. So it's another wasted round, but I'm fine with this. I would rather live than not. One thing I did find out as well that I'm very happy about is swapping to the Ocelot doesn't... You don't lose all of your gear. It just goes into your cargo for when you next... But yeah, so you can swap back to the monkey if you want. Please don't leap first. Cool. Right, that should be a win. So once I've like gotten a good hand at once I've done enough of the missions, I'll swap over to the Ocelot. Buy, you know, gear for that. And, yeah, test that out. So yeah, they got gravely wounded. They still made it, so that's the main thing. We did the mission. Probably harder than I needed it to be, than I, you know... It didn't need to be as hard as I made it, kind of thing. Like, I made mistakes. Start building up these two. Hold on. Yeah, actually, these two. 'Cause I tend to give my driver more attacks. Gossip. Like, I cannot imagine this gives me anything of significance. But I want to see. Greatly increases driving skill. Yeah, it's just so little. Pest control. 9-10. Okay. It's gonna be one of the trickier ones. Oh yeah, we got some activities. Do you know what? I will actually just have her place a base, because she's really low. Adorable. Yeah, I can't have anyone do any of the other stuff anyway. So. I haven't even actually checked what gear Resonant Prime has, but it doesn't really matter because I need 4 grand to buy any of them anyway. Two knights. It's gonna be annoying, but I don't feel that worried about it. Like, as long as I stay away from them, they'll eventually blow themselves up. Gonna have to be good on countermeasures, you know. That's gonna be a thing. Yo! They do fire missiles. A lot of them. Since there's 2 of them. So I'm not in either of them's zone. They're gonna fire missiles straight away. Okay. They also don't... I don't know if I have enough countermeasures. I have 4 total. So I need to, like, use these very specifically. So I'm going to move to this guy's zone. Yeah, because I think they're in 2. So... Because basically, if I only have 4 countermeasures, I want to try and use them when I'm going to be blocking multiple missiles, you know? Or take as few missiles as possible. I really want to take the risk of doing the slap, but I don't think I can. I think I just targeted the wrong one. I think I'm an idiot. I don't think I even thought about... Yeah, that... Because that's going to attack this one, and that's not going to hit them, so I've just wasted time. It should stop the missiles. Yeah. I could at least do this. I don't know if the flamethrower will hit him. Depends on where they're moving. They're moving, so they're not good. Yeah, so I'll target them. They're not going to do a lot of damage. These things only do like 3 damage to these guys. Oh, it was a shot. I forgot. I misread it. I read it as... We got really lucky. I don't need countermeasures. I need smokes. So that's fine. Although it does look like they have missiles, but they don't seem to have them on... They don't have ammo count for them, so... I think we're fine. Okay, they're gonna shoot. The only thing is getting caught in all of their missiles, you know? Hold on, let's check this. Smokes. To your zone. Okay. The thing is, I need to get into their zone. So it looks like they're going to attack here. Okay, so they're going to detonate their bomb on themselves. And then... throw more bombs? Okay. Fair enough. They're not moving till the end, so what we will do... I don't know if I want to... Nah, I kind of do, because I want to do as much damage to them as possible. No, I'll just do a charge punch. On the right person this time. When you need all the booms, absolutely, yeah. So they're going to attack, that's fine. And... yeah, we'll just reload missiles. I think this is good. Dodge that. It doesn't look like they can reload. Let's see. Oh, they detonate all kinds of bombs everywhere. That's very weird. It's hard to know whose bombs are whose. Also, yeah, I just took 12 damage for no good reason. Because I didn't realize which ones the missiles were going to attack. That was silly of me. Is that a crit? Yeah, crit hit. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is just the sheer amount of bombs being detonated, like, thrown around here. But one of them's down to 6 health. They're both going north. Okay, they're attacking then. The only thing that's a shame is I don't have leap. which would be really good right now. Worms, levels of mines, absolutely. So I'm going to get into their zone. I think that means one of them might try and kick me, but I don't know if these guys have kick. I wish I had a memory. Yeah, they're just going to start detonating bombs. And then I'm going to deploy smokes on top of them. They haven't moved yet. Okay, they're just going to start... Yeah, they're just... This is detonate bombs. I would stake anything on it. Can you momentum shift with you? You can. Because what I'm thinking, okay, is flamethrower on the weak one, because that should kill them. And then charge punch on the not weak one. Alright, that should mean we avoid the 2 attacks. Okay, it was deploy bombs. So we might be getting hit by some bombs here. Dodge that. 14 damage. It's another deploy bomb. Okay. What I'm concerned about is them detonating a bomb straight away. I'm gonna... That's deploy bomb. See, I will take significantly more damage than him. So I'm just going to slap on this turn. Then he's detonating. Okay. He's gonna move. That's, you know, fine. Fire missiles on him. We just want to move to where he's not going to be this time. So we've just got to hope we pick the right spot. He's not moving. Okay, so he's going to detonate some bombs on himself. He's going to get hit by missiles. We're going to move west. Okay. Smack! Right. Combined with the missiles and the bombs, I think he's dead. Yeah, because he's going to deploy another bomb. He detonates 3 bombs on himself. 4 bombs on himself. So even if I didn't... Yeah, even if the missiles weren't going to hit him, he's killed himself this way. Nice. For 900? That was cheesy. Easy greasy, baby. I think, and I don't think this is necessarily like a scummy thing to do. I think, you know, I think even scummy, even bringing up scummy is like such an extreme word. But I think the reason the XP is the way it is because they don't want you to like blitz through the content in early access and forget about the game. They want you to experience the game, learn it, feel connected to it, and, you know, vibe with it. You know, so they want you to be in the game as long as possible. Maybe that's not true. That's the vibe I get. You know, I'm gonna make a big old assumption. I think developing traits would be cool as well. Oh, I've not seen this before. Interesting. Not seen that before. I'm guessing it's uncommon. I don't think it's been patched in. I think it's just uncommon. Which, you know, I like. I don't think stuff like that should be, like, constant and difficult. But, you know, it should be a thing that can happen. Alright, no one's wounded. We didn't check what you guys have, so let's do that. Okay, so they have the legendary arms. So if we wanted to swap back to range damage instead of flamethrowers, we could and kind of have to, because there's only like one legendary type. And this has double shot, which could be really handy. What, you're all tier 4s now, so we've got to leave. I don't think there was a settlement up to the northwest. I think Resonance Prime is the northernmost settlement. Yeah. One of the things as well I've seen on the Discord, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is that Medusas are way too strong. Basically, nothing they do can be riposted, reliably blocked. They have loads of health. They don't have a weakness. Yeah, they are very, very, very strong. They're not fun to fight. And I wholeheartedly, like I said, I wholeheartedly agree. They are not fun to fight. They're very, very irritating. They're not, you know, game-ruiningly, bum-clenchingly difficult. They're just not particularly fun. Yeah, you're all baby shit. The other one that was, you know, something worth bringing up was goblins. I do think goblins need looking at. Not because they're particularly overpowered. I think they just have literally one too many attacks per round. For the amount of them that you fight, the problem should be their numbers, not their numbers of attacks. They don't do a massive amount of damage, but because they attack so frequently, and they have so many different ways of getting on top of you, they're not fun to fight. And that's kind of the core of it, is what's the difference between a challenge and difficult, you know? Because you want a game to be challenging. You know, again, Dark Souls, Rogue Trader, great example. You know, you want games to be challenging. You want them to require thought. You don't want them to just be difficult. You know, I know we like use these terms kind of like really awkwardly, but you know, that is a problem in my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to ignore the goblins. I'm going to get on the Medusa's bums and just wail on them. Because these are just standard Medusas. So they shouldn't be a huge challenge. But they do so much damage so quickly, they need to die. I can't block all of their attacks. So I'm going to see if they're going to do one more attack, and then I'm going to... Okay, so they're only doing one attack. Please don't move west. I don't think these can be stopped by range in any way. So I'm going to do it here, because then hopefully if they attack in the first segment. See, Whip right now is the one that everyone hates. Because, again, it's a melee attack that you can't riposte. It can hit from a different zone, but you can't smoke it. You can't dodge it. So it's not... They did move west. Okay. The missiles aren't going to attack and hit until... until a couple turns. So, not a big deal. Medusas are another one that just attacks way too much. If Medusas are going to do the sheer amount of attacks that they do, they need to be... Their damage needs to be absolutely nerfed into the ground. So one of the Medusas is moving. I kind of want to secure a... Yeah, so they're not moving till then, so that's fine. Orders, charge punch. Alright, they're moving as well. So... I don't need to move if they're all moving. Alright, so that's... Yeah, great. The smoke's going to cover that. To some extent, it's risky to move anyway, because I don't know where he's going to move. If he moves south, then I'm going to, you know, and I move south, I'm going to get hit by missiles. Actually, I need to move, because he's not moving until after the... Right, okay, that's fine. Because then we move north, we up our evasion. This is all fine. We should move before the missiles strike. I think. This should be fine. We're setting fire to the high tier one because then he's taking burn damage. We dodged that. Excellent. Then moving to Zone E. Alright. Yeah, so I dash. The Medusa's going to move out of the way. Yeah, so they're not going to get hit by the missile, which is a shame, but... You take 12 damage. They're also moving to Zone E. There's the smoke again. Here's the whip. It's not a big deal against normal Medusas because they do 3 damage. But honestly, I think the thing with Medusas should be that this is a ranged attack. But the benefit is it does not need to be reloaded and they can use it infinitely. That's what should be changed about Medusas. It should be a ranged attack. I get why it isn't, because it's a physical thing attached to them. But for the sake of balance, I think it needs to be changed. I'm in a good mood today. Okay. So they're not moving till then. I could run in and slap them. They have to reload, but they've got 3 moves, so that's not, you know, a difficult thing. So they're moving us south. It's fine. They're not who I'm, like, concerned about right now. They're not reloading till then, so I can deploy smoke, so I can focus on the Medusa. Yeah, they're not moving till then, so that's fine. That kills the Medusa. Oh. Interesting. So what's this? Are they reloading twice? Or is that a movement, you know? Yeah. So I don't think they have, like, a slap ability or anything. I don't think. I think they're reloading twice. I think there's just been a, like, slight glitch. We're moving to south. We're gonna get hit by a whip. I think. Again, another way to nerf the whip would be that if it targets a zone, not a target. Like, because the thing is as well, is a whip to me is like a sweep. So a whip, it's like another way to nerf it would be to have it, oh, Overwatch, of course, but I didn't move during the Overwatch, so it's fine. Another way to nerf it would be that it hits everything in a zone. My personal way to nerf them would be to either make the Medusa's whip a ranged attack, or make it so there's only ever one Medusa. They're great zoners. I think they are an awesome enemy. I think they, like, are really fun to have to adapt your strategy. Like the Knights, I think they're so fun because you have to think about how you engage with the fight because they're there. Same thing with, like, the Fiery Ettins that do so much damage with their leaps and stuff. So you have to adapt to that. You have to think about that. That's really awesome. But the problem with Medusas is when there's multiple of them, you cannot adapt. You have to kill one and tank the damage. As you have noticed, I have not stopped many of their attacks. Any that I have been purely coincidence. Because you would have to dedicate so much scan time to specifically dodging the Medusa. And why that's unreasonable is there is a goblin shooting at me that I'm needing to block their attacks as well. You know? The Medusa's still on fire, so I kind of just want to jump on the goblin and end them. Please don't move in one of these two. Okay, that one's fine, actually, because I think we've got higher priority. If I emergency dash, I'm fairly certain one of these is going to miss, but I'm just going to fire missiles on them. I'll tank the damage. We're at 73 health. We're fine. Okay, yeah, I would have only... Oh, right, we're moving out of that anyway, so we're fine. So this would have been a guaranteed hit anyway. I have seen on the Discord as well that they are planning on changing the map icons. Great. Very happy about that. Ooh, nice. Instant guard. That's them dead. We launch missiles. I don't think the missiles will kill them, but they will definitely do a lot of damage. Ooh, actually, with the burn. Yeah, the burn will kill them. As long as we're not in their zone. Which we won't be. So I'm just going to dash to north. Just to make sure that I'm not going to be in their zone. The rest, I think we're fine. Because the missiles are going to do... Let me see. 11... that should be 12. If I use my momentum shift... Didn't mean to do that. I have not. Cool. So... just in case, I'm going to... ah, you're fine. Just in case. Flamethrower Medusa. I'm fairly certain the missile will kill them though, but... what did we take damage from? Or did it just play in a weird order? There it goes. Nice. We need her to get happy. Currently, I still don't know if there's... I'm guessing there's going to be crafting in the game. I don't remember reading anything about it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to exist. I can imagine once you get to like the legendary books, you know, that starts to like really add up. Do they all have that little tooth? Face. Right. That's my activity tokens. I'd love to know if how many people have been doing 5 tiers. Or tier 5s. Because... oh, no. Hopeless. What? What the hell happened there? That was a weird glitch, I guess. Yeah, no one completed an aspiration there, so... just a... very strange glitch to do. So I'm guessing the recipes come from the recipe books as well, because I saw one somewhere. does this even mean? Is it just fun? Like, is it just a fun book? Like, it just makes you happy? We've got the goblin Replanaut, and find a Monkinator head, which, F if I know. I'm guessing they're tier 5s. They must be tier 5s. I don't know how confident I am at doing the goblin Replanaut. We'll have a look. Because it depends on what the goblins are. Because you only fight 2 or 3 at a... It's like 2 waves of 3 and then a wave of 2. And if that's the case, I'd be, like, reasonably confident we could do that. Hello? Someone happy about visiting Milltown. Odd. Someone wanted to do quests for Milltown, didn't they? No, just visit it. Okay. But a lot of these little things... Oof. Okay. Oh, I need to heal as well. Sorry, I keep repeating my thoughts. A lot of these little things, like recipes, gear, all of that kind of stuff that, you know, you have to buy currently, other than obviously doing these Replanaut quests. Recipes, for one, if you want me to use the cooking, currently cooking feels completely useless because I don't have a recipe. So there's 2 things you can do. Either start me with a recipe, so that I can then immediately see the difference between just cooking random crap and hoping for a recipe, and the benefit of a recipe. So start me with a recipe that increases critical strike chance. Anything. Whatever you want to give me. Increase dodge. Give me increase reaction possibility of guard. Those kind of things. Give me one of those from the get-go. Let me know that recipes are important. Because right now, cooking feels completely useless, especially since you do not gain XP in it by doing the activity. Give me crafting, for one. Just straight up, give me crafting. Allow me to build gear that I want to build and not just depend on the legendaries that exist in the world. Give me gear drops. You know, I think that would help with the difficulty curve a little. If you want people to engage in these systems that require money, again, such as cooking, books, and such things, give me gear so that I'm not just constantly saving purely for gear. You know? Alright, I think this could be pretty difficult, but goblins are also very small, so we'll see. Like I said, if it's 2 waves of 3, I should have counted. Okay, so 2, 2, 2, I'm guessing. That's fine. Okay. So we want to bait out their movement. So... because they're going to move on top of me. Okay, that's one of the movements. So what we want to do is bait out a move and dodge. So we take as few attacks as possible. Okay, weird. They've both got one more. The thing is I'm tempted to put a riposte there. So I'm fairly certain I'm going to take these attacks. Hold on. These are tier 3? Yeah, so... I want to be taking as few attacks as possible, you know? They're going to do an attack there. Yep. Annoying, but, you know, because it means we're going to take 1, 2, possibly 3 attacks. Because we want to be taking as few attacks as possible. I'm fairly certain their attacks are pretty brutal. In priority, that is. 2 goblins, I'm not that threatened by. You know? Yeah, they're tier 4s. We are going to take 2 attacks. As long as we don't get any gravely wounded, we should be fine. Yeah, there's a second. But that's the thing, is look how much damage we're taking already in the start of the fight. So the pink one can move twice. So we're opening up with detonating the bomb. Hopefully they don't move within the first block. They moved within the first block. The pink's already in the zone. So they're going to spend their other 2 on attacks. We're taking 2 attacks. 1 attack this time. Nice, I was hoping it was them, because that'll kill them. No, it won't. Shield bash. Luckily, some of these are going to be range goblins, so they're a little less of a nuisance. Oh yeah, they're gonna move and attack anyway. So we are still taking 3 attacks. We haven't even beaten the first wave. This is why people are complaining about the goblins. They're very tough. Considering, you know, you kind of see goblins as, you know, the squishies. You know, you hear goblin, you hear squishy. Okay. So we'll be gone before then. We are going to take this hit. Considering we're not doing any damage this turn, though. I need to save my momentum shift. I don't think the bombs carry over, though, is the other thing. Nice. Needed that. That's going to stop us taking a bunch of damage. All of these attacks are now failed. We're out of bombs as well. We only get 2 bombs. Because they're insanely strong. They're moving straight away. So I need to move. See, the problem is I can now not stop this missile from hitting me. Because my moves have higher priority no matter what. Yeah, no matter what, this missile is hitting me. So I'm better off just doing damage to them. But the problem is, I'm like, I haven't even. This is the first wave. This is lower priority, so I'm gonna assume, but I don't think that's how it works. They're dead. So riposte. And that should kill them. I'm not using a momentum shift. Yep, cool. So that does work. I see 12 damage. We're at half health, and we haven't. Like, this is the first wave. We're at more than half health, but not by a lot, you know? Okay, 3 enemies. Are they all ranged? I think so. Yes, they're all ranged. So they're gonna overwatch on their first turn. That bomb did disappear. I really want to do a charge punch, but he hasn't moved yet, so... He still hasn't done a move. Yeah, okay. All of this is going to hit me, man. I don't think we can do this. Hold on. Charge punch is priority 4, so we'll try. But I'm thinking next round we bail because... Okay, so we've got decent dodge. Okay. 7 damage, though, from a gun. All of these attacks should get dodged. No, they shouldn't, because we've been hit with tracked. Yeah, I have to bail. I don't think we'll even survive. That tracked completely screwed us. Because all of these attacks are going to hit me. That's boom. I know this mission is meant to be difficult. Like, I'm not saying it's like unfair, but god damn, man. I don't even have guard anymore. Why do the high level monkeys not have guard? I'm only taking 2 attacks. I don't think there's anything you can do. Oh, actually. Moving back north, up my emergency just to make sure, but... That's so crazy that the goblin one is the hardest one. We take out the weakest goblin, so that there's at least one less attack being thrown our way. Nice. I don't think that would have killed us, but I think we've just about escaped without that. Never mind. Okay, but my evasion is up, and I've got smoke, so hopefully that's enough to keep us from getting hit. I don't think they're going to do enough damage to kill me. Yeah, okay. Wow. Talk about overtuned. Yeah, that's insane. Like, I'm not saying this game should be a cakewalk. Absolutely not. I like a challenge. I've said this a bunch of times. But I like a balanced challenge, you know? I like a challenge that feels doable, which this does not. Because, again, consider the fact that I am at almost end tier gear. And that's what's happening to me, you know? Let's do something. Ear salad. Alright, if I knew how. Still only have the one game. Yeah, I haven't really bought him then. That is kind of the key thing for me, is just the systems like books, games, and cooking are not... It is not elucidated to you how good they are. You know? So... you don't engage with them until it's kind of too late. Because right now, what I think is best for me is doing low tier missions to farm activity tokens, buying books, and just getting the skills up as high as I can. Which isn't interesting. You know, it doesn't make you want to keep playing the game. There's a difference between a challenge and a grind, you know? And like, in tier 3s, we're still fighting base tier enemies. These are just goblins. In tier 3, And then you jump to tier 4, where you get a huge variety of what enemies you could be fighting. You know? Isn't that kind of wild? Because, gang, if I lose a tier 3 mission, I would never play again. Like, it would be insanely embarrassing. They are so much easier than a tier 4 that I barely consider planning. I just moved to the same spot. No, I didn't. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Alright, you're moving to Zone E. What are your attacks going to be? Oh yeah, that'll just kill them. No, it won't. We don't have the +1 damage anymore. I took 1 damage from that attack. Ah, they're rushing me. Bye-bye. Yep. Bombs are tricky. Not saying they're bad, not the point. They're just tricky. But this should end them anyway. Oh, wait, they... Of course they did that. This is what they like to do. I'm taking single damage though. They're gonna move straight away. Yeah, we should be fine, actually. No, wait, because they could still move, so... Yeah. Oh, they're just target this time. Okay. I think one way to possibly buff the monkey right now would be to make the riposte block 2 attacks. I don't know how overpowered that would be. But, you know, most other attacks get upgraded as you level up. Riposte doesn't, other than obviously keeping up with the melee damage you do. But, like, missiles, they take longer but do a significant amount of damage. You know, like, the things about them change. So I think maybe at higher tiers, riposte should block 2 attacks. I don't think that's unreasonable considering even if you block a attack, you are still going to take 2 attacks in a lot of scenarios. You know? I do not think this game is, like, massively imbalanced. I think there's a lot of small things that can contribute to a lack of enjoyment from newer players that aren't willing to, like, you know, really dedicate themselves to that kind of learning. Can you do it? Yeah. Realistically, that should kill them all. Oh no, it won't kill the troll. The troll won't die. Unless I set them on fire twice. That should kill them. I don't know if we'll riposte this. I think we've had this issue before. So we're going to take a hit from the troll, but... No, we're not. Nice. But this happens so infrequently, you know? Right, they'll die from burning. We do riposte them. Cool. So, yeah, this should be 1 round done. Oh, no, they tried to fling, and I guess you can't, riposte a fling for some strange reason. I do not agree with that. Just in case. I'm just gonna go peek. Guys, it is wham! If it could stop being so hot, I would appreciate it. Oop, clicking off. There we go. You're moving back up. Oh yeah, we need to. You can juke it out. There you go. That'll make you friends again. Punch each other! Now do yoga together! Alright, moving on up. So Trapper's moving, everyone's moving E, they're overwatching, so that's not an issue. So Flamethrower on you. They're going for a slash. They're doing a single attack. That should kill them. Stomp! Stomp, stomp. I love the, like, cold look on his face as he shoots a giant flamethrower at his enemies. Yeah, the tracking's annoying, but it's only him that's going to be shooting us. So what I am going to do is I am going to overdrive. Charge punch. This should kill this guy. Pink. Ooh, going straight in for a punch. This isn't going to move me, is it? It must be in your zone. That's fine. We'll take a we'll take a hit. He's not going to kill me. Okay, we don't know where he's gonna move, so yes, that's annoying. He's gonna rage. Just in case, I guess then. Just in case that doesn't kill him. Which I think it will. But, you know, whatevs. We'll just scan so we know what's happening next round. These guys aren't gonna kill me. Like that's the main thing, is like they're not a threat. I'm doing this for the money. Because it's... Yeah, I actually didn't kill him. Hello, Mr. Simpson. May I take your order? Alright, no charge points for you. Get wrecked. Taking some very mild damage. I just want to know where they're going. Okay, so they're not moving till then, so... others, move. Here. Ooh. Forgot about that, yeah. So that's going to take one heat. So actually, if I overdrive resets your heat. I think. That's, you know, if there's ever a time to test it. And then just in case it doesn't, but I'm fairly certain it does, I think you could just overdrive spam. Obviously, you don't want to do that because it's going to limit you. You have to... Yeah, there you go. Or it stops you from, like, maxing out your heat kind of thing. So, it's interesting. Because the thing is as well, even if you're... Because you could just spam these missions, get a bunch of activity tokens, and just keep using bugs. Like, and gain experience that way. And it's not a massive amount of a benefit, that's the other thing, but it is a benefit. Because she's got 2 abilities right now that reduce the damage we take by 2, which isn't a lot, but it's something. You don't have anything we want. So I need to find the legendary shoulders. That's what I'm looking for right now. Lugandere Shouldares. What? You just say things. Probably adds up over a long period of time too. Damage reduction, that is. Yeah, there's only so many skills you can have unless you're completing aspirations, but there is also a limit to how many aspiration slots you can have. So it's not completely exploitable. And I don't think it should be, you know? I wouldn't want a system that is completely gameable. I don't want every game to be an Alzarath game. But that's the problem, is the game kind of, in its current state, pushes you to do those things. And I don't think that's beneficial to everyone else's overall experience. I think the legendary soldiers are like way down south. Because this is the legendary arms, I think. No, it's not. I only half-ass min-max. No, you don't. Bullshit. Bullshit, sir. Bullshit. I only half-ass min-max. Yeah, sure. Cool. Yeah, I believe you. You're a mad min-maxer, sir. You live in the desert of min-maxing. You are mad min-max. Half-ass. My ass, you half-ass. Depends on the barrier to entry to min-max. Yeah, I think that's fair. You're a crazy D&D min-maxer, though. If I have to grind 20 hours for the best, I won't touch. That's totally fair. I'm on the same page there. Yeah, I thought this guy was Ocelot. Who flies the shit, do you think? Because they all seem capable. Lockstep. Not here either. I have seen them. I have seen the legendary. Oh, what missions have you got here? No sense just flying around all the time. All tier 4s. Nice. On a core chart? On a chore chart? Yeah, maybe. That'd be kind of fun. And interesting. I don't want to fly today. We are going to have to do like a mission as soon as we upgrade, because our pay is quite high. That's why I'm like checking missions while I'm here. I know I've seen the legendary shoulders. I've seen them. I just don't remember where. What happens when you run out of fuel, by the way? No clue. I try not to. Alright, we've got a tier 4 there. I would imagine you just have to pay a bunch of marbles to be recovered. How to create memorable beverages and soups with homegrown ingredients. Baking for the curious baker. I'm going to buy one of these because I want to see what the recipes are. Someone's already read, so we have to do this mission first. That's new. Yeah, I don't think you die. I think it just costs you a bunch of marbles, maybe a bunch of happiness and relationship. That's gotta be a Monkinator, right? No, they're both Prometheans. One of them has missiles. Electric Rush. What tier is my... What thing is my riposte? Is 5. I don't think it matters, because I've... A lot of the ones where they've, like, moved into my zone, I've parried. Moves in the zone, deals 8 melee damage to the target, applies 2 stacks of Electrified. Not seen that before. They're both doing it. Okay. They're doing it, then moving away, and then doing something else. Okay, we should be fine. Yep, so there we parry theirs, so that's fine. We're gonna take one of them. You know, that's a shame, but it's not the end of the world. Oh! We're not. I wonder why. Are they doing a electric rush again? No, they're barraging. Oh, that's a lot of missiles. Okay. I'm gonna deploy countermeasures straight away, I think. I'm fairly certain those are gonna hit me anytime soon. I'm just hoping they don't move into my zone, you know? That electric rush had like a really low priority, so I should be able to escape here. Oh, but if it's an electric rush, they'll just come at me no matter what, so I just kind of wasted that. Oh well, we'll see. I'm pretty confident. I don't think I'm going to die here. Yeah, we're taking pretty heavy damage, but there's only 2 of them, and one of them's almost dead. Yeah, so we avoided them. I think. Oh, no, okay, so... Oh, right, they're punching, not electric rushing. We should get out before the missiles. So... Someone's dead. Oh, but no, because they're in the zone, so that missile doesn't go off. Yeah. They're going to die to burning. Yeah, that Prometheum's going to die to burning. So... Dashing to E. Electric Smash? I don't want to be part of that. I can guarantee you I don't want to be part of that. I need to counter that. Which is annoying. Because he was going to die anyway, but... Whatever, momentum shift, do, cool. We're still going to take a attack. But, yeah. Depends on if that final attack is a missile. Okay, so the riposte prevents the attack, but it doesn't actually riposte them. Which is... Oh, sometimes it does. See, sometimes it does. It's really weird. Okay, so they were doing fling. They're dead. We're fine. It wasn't a Monkinator again. It was just another Promethean. Why were these called Prometheans? Unless they have, like, a longer name that I'm not reading. When it reaches 10 stacks, take 5 damage and are stunned. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm gonna... Overdrive... Please don't move out of the segment. And not. Okay. And then we're going to charge punch. Okay, the electric smash is worrying. But I think we can tank it. Then that should be... Yeah, this should do extra damage because of overdrive, because it's these 4 segments. Think. Yeah, 4 segments. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we probably won't have anything. So I'll need to... Yeah, this is going to suck. No, it's not. Nice one. There's the... Yeah. Buffed. That's annoying, but, you know. Yeah, they can't flamethrower. Zone E. Not that it really matters. Okay. So first off, deploy coolant. They're moving south, so we will also move south. And our slap should take priority and kill them. We should be fine. Coolant. They move south. We also move south. We slap them. They die. That's a really interesting Promethean design as well. I like it. It's very cool. Alright, we got the thing, so I'm gonna have you... I don't think I have... It has to be anyone specific. If homesteading goes up. We don't actually learn a recipe, though. We just get more homesteading XP. Do they learn a recipe if they... If they level up? Everyone's happy again, except for you now. God damn it. Yeah. But that got us the money we needed. Excellent. Excellent. Did I buy the 400 one? No, I bought the... Yeah, I bought the rare one. The uncommon one was for sale. We're good. It's not the missiles you need to worry about, it's the hit tiles. God damn it. World's End. See your parts. Oh. Oh, you're a low tier as well. You've got the best music, but you're low tier area. Must be some... I know I've seen the legendary shoulders. Like I said, I just don't remember where. Because this is... Yeah, this is just back to the hub place. Whatever it's called. The racing place, you know, where they wanted to build a racetrack. For racing. Motorhold. Was it in Motorhold? No. Absolutely not. I wish I could just stay here for this music alone. Find a Monkinator head. Wait, does Monkinator just mean the mech? No, because there's no head slot. I honestly may just use the sound. I don't like, because I don't plan to do. Man, I mean, as much as I want to play like UVG, because of playing this, I've had so many Lancer ideas. I might have a talk with everyone and just be like, look, I'm down to play UVG. It sounds great, but is there anyone that wants to stick with Lancer? The annoying thing is, everyone is so fucking placid and people-pleasing. Everyone's just gonna go, oh, I'm up for playing whatever anyone else wants to play. That's why it's more fun to, more productive to do polls. Oh, I'm gonna write a sticky note and remind myself to do that. I'm gonna put a poll up. Because polls are anonymous, as far as I'm aware. Do all or ETREGs Lance UV. Yeah, because if it's completely anonymous, because again, I'm not like begrudging people or just wanting to, like, you know, go with the crowd, but I want people's honest thoughts. I want people to be honest and say, look, I would rather play Lancer some more. I would rather learn Lancer. Because I have ideas for Lancer to make it work. But if you're doing it in a setting like this, Lancer would be fun. Yeah, exactly. It's just, you know, making sure to tell an overall story. Because I really like Lancer. I have, like, 2 core ideas for how to do Lancer. And I genuinely might, like, if I was to... One of them would be to just rip off this. And do this setting so that the missions are, like, really clear, you know. That's totally fine, dude. I totally get that. I know you want to take a break. I'm not begrudging you for wanting to take a break from Lancer at all. UVG can be fun. I just think... The only thing I'm worried about with UVG is it's slightly nebulous. There's the arms, but I don't want the arms. I want the shoulders. It's, again, a sort of paranoia that I don't know if I'm good enough to run UVG. I'm still very, like, paranoid about my, Lancer, like, my DMing skills. But, you know, I know some of the group that are excited about UVG, so... Oh, I'm not going to notice if it's there. I needed to put it right in front of my face. Moving to target, moving north, slash. My first priority 2, so I can do this. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to lose this. It's all good. That's lucky. Charge punch. We're gonna take 2 hits here, but whatever. It's 1 damage, you know. No, what? What just happened? Oh, yeah, this is like fired up. It's like she gets like an extra action or something. I can't remember what it specifically is. Yeah, limit break. Can perform an extra action per round. I love that the music's kicked in. It's funny that it's her, because she's kind of... It's like, there's not much I need her to do. It's very cute, though. It's very cute. Where are you moving? Screw it. Fire missiles. Reload the missiles. I think we've... Oh no, we haven't run out. I love the music. This is great. It's very cute. Yeah, I think I definitely like limit break to happen more often, because I think I've had it happen twice in my entire game. Are you going to move, is the question. When are you moving? Alright, you're moving then, so you're dead. Just in case you don't die for some strange reason. Fairly certain you will die, though. Oh, yeah, I have to skip her twice. She's limit broken. Goodbye. Maybe top left? Maybe way out west? Oh, yeah. So let's get you that next level in this and see if this gives you a recipe or just a perk. Because if it gives you a perk, that's going to be annoying. But we'll see. What happens now? Unlocks an extra ingredient slot in recipes. Okay, great. Everyone's in a pretty good relationship. I think it's funny how it's always the person on the left that struggles. Doesn't really mean anything, it's just funny to me. Just one of those things you start to notice, like, idiosyncrasies in video games. Where the hell are the legendary shoulders? I know I've seen them. There's no way they're down at the beginning. Unless there's a village I haven't gone to in the north that I went to earlier. Because it's not this one. Now, see? If only there was a world map, indeed. There's reasons why I get why there's not a world map. You know, I get it. If they don't want one, they don't want one. I'm not going to, like, argue the case for one too much, but there needs to be sort of concessions as to why that's not the case. So better map markers, which they are adding in. The ability to increase your minimap size, which there is, but only once. Ways to set markers to certain things. You can't fly over mountains? No. These big brown blocks here? No, you can't fly over them. Your airship can only go so high. I'm fairly certain I've checked that one. In the bottom left. I don't think the loot refreshes, you know? That's the other thing. It's the missions that refresh. Yeah, see, and we've been here. We've been at Hoverreach. There's the chest. No, we don't have a max tier chest yet. Places a bomb, proximity mine, and detonate bombs. Do the proximity mines use the same resource as bombs, or are proximity mines permanent? Like, are they infinite? I just want the shoulder. That it's the thing. I just want the shoulders. I know I've seen them. Most efficient altitude for flight is mid 30k to low 40k, or basically above Everest. That's if you have wings. I think that's big because of, like, gliding, right? So something like this, which is clearly not using any kind of gliding to fly, that wouldn't really matter. I don't think. As usual, I'm going to assume you're more knowledgeable about this than I am, so you could very well be right. I need to refuel. I'm dumb. Guessing higher would be better without wings, though. I don't know physics well enough to guarantee that. I feel like that would be the case once you're getting to the point where gravity is not an issue, which you would have to fly insanely high up to get away from Earth's gravitational pull for that to be worthwhile, you know? There's a couple, I think there's a couple villages over here, like, post we haven't been to. Is it that one there? I'm fairly certain this guy sells Ocelot parts. But we'll check. Also because you can slate drag at higher altitudes without wings, you wouldn't need to worry about lift from wings. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know. I don't know if I want to bother with the cargo one. They're so much harder. You've got to consider, like, how much energy and force is required to get up to that altitude, and is it worth it? Also, we don't know how much fuel we're using. We might just have crap fuel capacity. This thing is very small. Back at Milltown. I'm going to check the ones at the beginning, but I'm fairly certain it's not there. Remember it being like southeast. So unless they do refresh, which they might do, I might just be being very stupid. We'll take it, but if it's 1,000, that means it's going to be hard as balls. Rabbit and 2 Prometheans of a kind. Not a rabbit. It's a goblin chief. It's the one with the shield. Goblin captain, yeah, missilesman. I don't really want to The Goblin Chieftain's already on me, so I could overdrive and just smack them. Or I could just smack them. I don't have to do both. I'm going to assume that they're going to fire their missiles. And this should cover me. They're moving is surprising. They're moving towards me. Only downside is both of these attacks are probably going to go off. So we're going to take a lot of early hits just to, like, figure out what's going on. It's not an electric Promethean this time. There's the rush. Yeah. 1 damage. Countermeasures. Yeah, so they were just going to move to target. Yeah, we're going to take a lot of hits here. Not a lot of damage, though. I'm guessing that other attack is a rush. No, it's flamethrower. Okay. So all of this gets wasted. Okay, good. We didn't take that much damage. All just comes down to when they move. So I want to be out of this zone. Yeah, because it's the goblin that's moving. So we want to kind of bait them. So I'm going to deploy a bomb. Oh, they're not. They haven't moved. I just realized. Sugar. I think it's going to be another one where they're going to do dash to target here. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to dodge it. I'm going to reload missile just to see when they move. Okay, cool. They're moving to target then. So they're moving to W, so they're going to do a rush. So, move to zone E. Well, actually, if I go to their zone, can they rush while I'm in that zone? Because there's a lot of that. One of theirs is going to be an attack of some kind. So we're going to be in the zone with W, with the one on with the orange one. So do you know what? Actually, I'm going to assume this is the follow up to the rush. So I'm going to do that. Block one of the attacks. Still going to take a lot of hits. You know, I think it's unfortunate that the goblin is going to be on his own. Yeah, so I need to be in the same. He needs to be in the same zone as me. Oh, a different zone. Sorry. I didn't kill the goblin, so. Yes, we're still gonna take some pretty hefty hits here, but they're both doing. One of them's doing a smash, so. There's a missile. So I will open up with countermeasures. I don't know when their missile's gonna hit. So I'm just gonna stay in these zones while these go off. Just so many attacks, man. Nope. Okay, yeah, that kills them. I'm fine with that. That stops like the rest of their turns of attacks going off. And their punches are pretty weak. Alright. We're gonna flamethrower ourselves. Well, not ourselves, but we are going to do our own flamethrower. And then we parry. And there's they're moving and moving. Oh, so those missiles go specifically to the zone they were in. Interesting. I kind of want to bait them into the bomb. Emergency dash east. Detonate bomb. Why are you going north? You're wasting my riposte. Right, that bomb's wasted. That's so annoying. That's annoying, man. A missile's gonna hit. But I've moved since they fired the missile, I think, so the missile's fine. If you fucking move out of this zone, I'm gonna be so mad. Do you know what? Actually, yeah, do the sensible thing then. We have missiles loaded up, so yeah, let's get a missile on you. They're moving then. Okay, so you do a charge punch here on you, and that'll kill you. Just realized, no matter what, that's going to be a rush. So I'm going to get hit by this missile as well. Oh, I'm stupid. No, it's not. Okay. So they're attacking, running away. Okay. I don't think there's anyone I can really make use of. Other than to maybe give you a recharge of your missiles. So I think I'll just skip. flamethrower, that's not a big deal. My charged attack should go off first. Yep. So that's them dead. Wait. They were dashing to target. So I should have moved. Guys, I'm an idiot. I could very well lose this because I'm just stupid. Smash. Okay. I cannot avoid this. And that might kill me. Or kill someone. Because you can't riposte it. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, to all entities in the area. Just 6 melee damage? That's alright, that's fine. That's going to be a dash to target. Oh, dash to zone W. Attacking thing. Alright, again, taking a lot of meaningless hits here. Okay, another wound. I think that's everyone wounded now. Okay, so my movement doesn't mean anything now because they pushed me into zone W. That's fine. I should be able to smack him and kill him this turn. If I don't kill them. But they don't. But just in case, you know. Everyone got wounded, but no one got gravely wounded, so alright. I have no incentive to keep doing the homesteading one. No, they don't all have the teeth. They don't. More varieties of the foes would be cool, but not required, you know. Oh yeah, well I did the mission, so I turn it in. Yeah, also, I guess it also depends on what the things on the side of the ship are for. You know, if they create lift. I'm not gonna hire anyone. I just like looking at them. I think they're all very interesting. Oh, more paints. Bloody. My arms are itchy, and I get angry when I'm itchy. I do not think there's any legendary gear at the starting zones. I do not. But I'm going to check, because I'm getting those legendary shoulders. That is what I need. I do not need upgrades. I do, you know, the range ones and stuff are good, but I need to do more melee damage. Is it not over this way? Okay. Could have sworn it was. Yes, finally, revenge. Somewhat. That might not be the unit that absorbed my monkey, but I don't care. So we got one at some point. One lesson around and a cool trophy for me. As promised, I'll equip your airship with one of your well-renowned boosters. So now we have speed. We have extra speed. Cool. So I think I got one of the quests done today. Are we faster? I can't tell. That's a weird-ass dog bark. I know you guys won't have heard it, but it sounded so strange. It sounded like a dog barking, but was confused halfway through about why it was barking. It's very odd. Yeah, so this is the starting area. This is the starting one. This is Anchorage. Oh, don't even sell anything. Sells books. Any good books? No. I don't think I haven't upgraded anything this mission. I cannot take on the Replanaut or the Medusas without upgrading my melee damage. It is not feasible. I would like to. You know, having more, like, upgrading something and having more health is definitely going to be a benefit. but it doesn't feel like it's what's gonna, you know, get me to win the mission. This is the racing area. Again, unless their loot does change, unless the gear that they drop does change, and I just can't get the legendary gear right now because, you know, it's not available. Which is, again, another reason why crafting should be a thing. Your ability to upgrade your mech should not be down to random chance. And I know I said earlier that, you know, random loot drops should be a thing, and I agree they should be. That isn't your primary way. Like, crafting should ultimately be your primary way of upgrading your gear, in my opinion. Crafting or upgrading would be cool. Like, if you like the abilities you've got, you know, you can upgrade a piece of equipment so that it just upgrades the abilities that it already has.
Hey, got a new Replanaut. Think you'll enjoy destroying this one in particular, but this time we need to extract its core intact. Should be deep inside the node. We keep seeing this heat signature. Might hold valuable data. Replanaut's east of here, in the canyon. This won't be easy.
Is east? There's nothing east of here. The ocean is east of here. Yeah, they're not changing, because this has been the same this whole time. Yeah, the ocean is east of this place. The replication node. Monkinator replication. What are Monkinators then? I thought they were the Prometheans. This is the replicator node, right? Yeah. What's the fight? Let's have a look. Maybe. We don't take a lot of damage from them, admittedly. That is the core thing here, is we don't take a lot of damage. One of the reasons why I wanted to get the goblin one done was because I thought if we had it, if we beat it, we would get gear, because that seems to be what you get for these. These guys aren't going to do a lot of damage. They're going to be annoying, but... And again, it depends on if it's 3-3-2 or 2-2-2 or whatever. 3. So they're going to be annoying. No getting around that. But let's just open up with a scan so we know where we are with everyone. So he's moving to Zone E. Okay. We will flamethrower you. They're rushing me. We will riposte you. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Okay, so rush is a priority too, so I can escape this. But it's straight to the target, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to fire missiles on just any... They should all be bunched up at this point, but we'll see. Because the missiles will, like, do most of their health. Should do extra damage at the moment as well. No? Okay. And the rush failed. And I didn't riposte. See, it seems really ambiguous when you can riposte a rush. And that's very frustrating. Okay, they're going to do a smash as well. Yeah. Okay, but they're all almost dead. One of them is dead. Cool. I'm just going to be out of the way of the missiles. They're going north. They're the one I aimed the missile at, right? The missiles end... Like, the missiles go off at the end of whatever turn. So... Slap you. I'm guessing they're gonna do... Okay, right. Orders. Zone. South. Yes, they're gonna get an attack off. Yeah, rush. Okay, so the fling's not going to go off because I'll have moved. They should be dead. And they're going to dash to target. Unless I've got my... who I targeted wrong. Which is very possible. Is it just going to be 3 and 3? 3 and 3 might be difficult. But I don't think so. It's a shame I don't think my, like, determined and that kind of stuff carries over. It's annoying that my, like, spent resources carry over to the next wave, but basically nothing else does. So, like, the bombs that have been placed on the battlefield, and all of that, you know, it's just kind of a shame. Oh, it's just 1, okay. That's pretty doable. He's annoying, but he's not, you know, deadly. Flamethrower. Okay. I don't think he's immune to fire, so... We just emergency dash to somewhere else. That should stop everything. And even if, you know, we don't get the riposte off, we still get to set him on fire. Oh, it's a flamethrower. Okay. I didn't expect him to do flamethrower twice. Okay, now that I know he can do that, you know, we can act accordingly. Take some burn. So does he. We want to get rid of that as quickly as possible. Moving towards me. Probably going to do an attack here. So, yeah, we can't really avoid taking no burn. Having those heals would still be nice, but... Yeah, if he's just gonna spam flamethrowers on me... Oh, no, he rushed. Interesting. So no damage this round. Okay. Extinguish fires. He takes some more burn damage. Okay, so he can be kind of juked a lot. That's going to be his last, another flamethrower. I'm going to assume. Oh, fling. Okay. Is that going to be flamethrower? I don't really want to use a missile here. I'm going to deploy Kun because I actually don't have a lot of options there. Okay, so he's moving now. He's rushing. Does rush do damage? Rush does damage. But again, it's so inconsistent whether or not it... I can't do flamethrower because... I will attack first. So if I do charge punch, yeah, there's no way I can do this without taking this hit. I'm gonna risk it, just so I don't have to take all of these attacks. Really, because again, yeah, it's been so inconsistent. It seems to prevent the attack but not parry it. But it's fine. He took damage, so it's not like it was a waste of a turn because I'm not using resources. It's just one of those things that you just like, I wish I understood what was going on kind of thing. He's gonna go for a fling. Then he's doing a rush. So he's going to do all of his stuff here, right? Can you riposte a fling? If I move to zone south, he can't do his rush because I'm in his zone. So that works out. In case we can riposte a overdrive. But I don't want to start the next phase with no heat. So I'm just gonna skip. That prevents the rush. Yes, we can. Cool. Okay, we can just kill him. Slap. Yep. Just in case, for whatever reason. But this should be over. Yep, nice. Okay, so one more, is it? One more enemy? No, I think there's a blue one and then a pink one. And are they at the same time? They're at the same time. Okay, we've done this before. We took a lot of damage. So, I'm a little worried. Punch. So that's missile, you've got to assume. But if they're coming to me... Yeah, they've got to be missiles. But then they're going to shoot missiles at themselves. So do I really want to, like... avoid those? It's 2 missiles, but it's also a lot of damage to them straight away, you know? Because I could just tank it. Set one of them on fire. This might be a horrible idea. I don't know how... I don't remember how much damage these missiles do. Oh, one of them does the barrage. One of them does missile. So yeah, these missiles all hit where they were fired. The only worry is getting... Nice. Wait, what? We take a punch. It's only 8 damage. The worry is gravely wounded. That's what I'm worried about. Because it obviously means we don't get Phillies. Overdrive doesn't work with... Dang. Okay. So... Okay, so there's still a missile in play here. Right now, I'm just kind of tanking their damage, you know? They should kill them. We're blocking 2 of the attacks. There's a missile. So that kills them. Actually, we're going to block all the attacks. Yeah, because then there's that, and that's the win. Bang! No, because we only do 10 damage now. The fling's annoying because that means it's going to prevent the win. Because we don't get to do flamethrower. But then it doesn't matter because they were on fire. Excellent! How was the goblin the hardest one, man? That's wild. Okay, so they're called Prometheans, but they've not changed them back from Monkinator. Goblin is always the hardest one. I am always the hardest one. It's true. Okay, navigating this, very annoying. Weird glitch there as well, where null post is not appearing on the map. As a you know, like the return to no post isn't a quest marker right now. There's no posters over here. Please give me some good gear. I would love that.
It's intact. Unbelievable. This is invaluable. Thank you. With your help, maybe one day. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here, this was made for you. Made for your mech specifically. Come back later.
Valiant torso. Let's have a look. Chest. I imagine. Oh, Valiant torso. It's a lot of health, but we lose smokes and countermeasure? That's not worth it. That is not worth it. Like, yeah, the extra health is great, but losing my ability to, like, block anything is not worth the 14 damage, you know? I don't know. That's icky. I don't know if I like that. We did the mission though, so I'm happy, but maybe I should just get this and then we have it. Yeah. Wherever the other one is, I don't know. No. It's annoying though because we already had legendary arms. Flamethrower's good, but this is better. Alright, but, you know, I'm happy with what we've managed to do today. And since, you know, this seems to be doing really well on YouTube specifically, I will keep playing it to upload to YouTube. But, yeah, I don't know. this game is really fun. I have issues with it. On, like, a very minor level, not issues that make me dislike it. I just think, you know, it's early access. I want to give feedback, so I'm going to do a video, even if it's not a review. I want to go through, like, my top 10 things that I think need to be changed. Or something like that. I'm going to start writing that tonight. Yeah. But thank you very much, Al, for popping in. It's very much appreciated. Thank you to all the people that have been watching this on YouTube specifically. Really awesome. Thank you for the comments. That means so much. I was really, like, doubtful that, you know, I would get any kind of traction with this game. I just wanted to play it and give it a bit of coverage and those kind of things. But yeah, top 7 things. Why? Top 7. Anyway, yeah, I will be back tomorrow. Obviously playing Sunday D&D with Al. Well, not D&D, Baldur's Gate. And then, you know, the thing with the thing and the whatever. I'll be playing more games. Alright, I'm out of here.